Hey, family. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're finishing chapter 43. It is the wedding of Yahshua and Miriam, and it also had an account of the martyrdom of Joseph. And so it was like a wedding celebration and a funeral celebration. And we heard that Joseph, he went on to greater life, and that he would become the spirit of a living son. And so that's some graduation for real. Right now it is November 28th, about 11:20 in the morning, 11:22. Where I'm at in the East Coast, it's daytime, but I'm gonna, just for your eyes, I'm gonna take away the daylight and put the stars up. Isn't that beautiful? I like really looking at this screen, and it's also giving you a lot of information. You're noticing the actual position of the sun and the constellation that it's in. Right now it's telling you that the sun is in Scorpio. Now, I could make a whole video about this, but I'm not. But I do think it's important that we know where the sun is, and because if the sun is not where they say it is, and we're being made to believe that, we're creating an alternate reality than what the reality that's really here on Earth. So it's really important. But what I want to do right now is just get to reading the rest of this wedding ceremony. We've got one more story of Joseph from Yahshua about when he was a little kid. And then we have a letter from Gahwenjahman. Gahwenjahman is another one of those Alephim, those first creatures, like the ones that never fell, and they're from Madheba, the first heaven. And so that letter is exciting. And then it sums up with the authorized scribe telling you a little bit about Gahwenjahman, their son, because that's what this entire wedding celebration is. Celebration of Yahshua and Miriam is a celebration of the success of the Essene order of the Immaculate Conception. But this is important too. I've got a video link I'll put to this, because finding out where the sun is and where it was when you were born is number one in knowledge of self. This is a pretty awesome program. It's really only been out for maybe 20 something years too, that we've had access to it. So a lot of astrologers, I don't even know if they know about it, but if they don't, I hope they see this and start using it, because following the mainstream astrology is just, it's man-made. That's important to know. So Yahshua's third story about Joseph. This is chapter 43, Holy Megilla, Nasarean Bible of the Essene Way. We're in verse 443. This is Yahshua's third story about Joseph. Yahshua said to his wedding guests around the fire, Joseph was a great wizard, but he was also a great father. He could kiss my childhood wounds and take my ouches away. I would run to Joseph with my scrapes, and he would kiss the wounds, and the pain would vanish. By the kiss of Joseph, my childhood wounds were healed. I perceive now that it was not the kiss itself that healed wounds. Rather, it was the love behind the kiss. Wherefore, in memory of Joseph, become a great kisser. So after the stories by Yahshua, Miriam played her harp. Yahshua fetched his wooden flute and joined her in a concert of their music. Then Yahshua and Miriam said good night to the assembled wedding guests and went to their tent. Yahshua kissed Miriam and then whispered in her ear, even on your wedding night, you have given your time to others, but now we will share this embrace of the occasion. For though we were truly married at the beginning of the mother ovum, I will not miss an opportunity to make love to you as though it were the first time. Miriam replied, you have always been the king of romance, and lo, you have not lost your touch. But let us go for a long walk and embrace on a blanket beneath the stars, far from the tents of the others. For lo, since Peter complained about hearing us make love, I feel shy about being overheard tonight. Yahshua laughed in jest. But how can Cana, the Lady Christ herself, be embarrassed or shy? Is she not immune to such human feelings? Miriam smiled and replied, half the fun in this womanly incarnation is feeling those human emotions. Of course, the other half of the fun is the knowledge that I am not bound by those emotions. Yahshua replied, you are right, of course. Miriam smiled and batted her eyes and said, of course. And do not think that I will neglect to inform our scribe of this conversation. Yahshua smiled and replied, "If so, tell her that next I did this." Then Yahshua licked the back of Miriam's neck. Miriam giggled. Yahshua kissed Miriam on the tip of her nose and said, "Let's go for that long walk. I will grab a blanket." When Yahshua picked up the blanket, he saw beneath it a pouch of wine. Attached to the pouch was a note. Yahshua read it out loud to Miriam, saying, "It is from Gahwenjahman," and reads as follows. So the letter from Gahwenjahman. As you both know, my body is linked to the ancient forest atmosphere. Even so, if I were not now on an important mission in a forest on the other side of the world, I would have attended your wedding, even if I could have stayed but a short time before returning to the ancient forest atmosphere. Because I cannot be there to celebrate with you, I have asked a unicorn, her name is the Joy of Laughter, with a dear friend, to deliver a gift to your tent on your wedding night. The gift is a very special wine. This is berry wine made by fairies of Eden before the fall. It was given first to the Nasarean matriarch Gilgala, the ancient wise woman by fairies that long before had made this wine for a holy purpose. The wine is called the gifting wine. Each recipient may take but one swallow of the wine. They should take that swallow at an important moment in their life, and then they should keep the wine pouch safe until inwardly called to gift it to another, giving the recipient the same information that I now impart. Behold, because the wine is from the juice of berries from before the fall of Eden, one swallow is enough to fill the bliss of that paradise. The berries are from bushes that grew beside the tree of life, wherefore the berries are enchanted with goodness, and thus the wine is a magic elixir of delight. When the fairies gave Gilgala the wine, they put it in a magic wine pouch made from the skin of the first unicorn martyred in this world, for such was the last request of that unicorn. Because the pouch is enchanted with prayers from Madheba, it does not rot, and it is and it preserves the wine perpetually at its best age. And lo, the bag never grows empty, no matter how many times it is gifted. The fairies who made this wine served the cherubim of the tree of life. I was gifted this wine by a green wizard. He had been gifted the wine by a tree spirit. I gift the wine to the two of you, Yahshua and Miriam, on your wedding night. I will let you decide who will have the first swallow. I sign off this letter with a message from our mutual friend of great trust, Peter Greenman. There's a note that says this Peter Greenman is featured in the book of Ishah, and he is not the same person as Peter the Ebonite. Okay, just so you don't get it mixed up. So Peter Greenman, he's immortal. You might think of Peter Pan in a way, but this guy is immortal, and he lives in the forest. Anyway, he awaits you and your trusted companions at the lion's den on the west side of Mount Hermon. Your friend Gahwenjahman. So Yahshua and Miriam took the blanket and the wine and walked long into the night. They spread the blanket and sat beneath the stars. At Miriam's urging, Yahshua took the first swallow of the holy wine. He said, "Indeed, it is the blood of old Eden. It is untainted and of a transcendent vibration. It is enchanted with goodness and playfulness. It is perfect for this occasion. I am now called to give the wine to you, my eternal wife." Miriam took a swallow and said, "What a blessed prelude to your touch." After making love, they who danced the stars into existence slept beneath the stars. For behold, the Lord and the Lady had come as a human man and a human woman. Miriam kept the pouch of wine for some years before gifting it to another. I know, for I am the one who received that gift. I am Jalil, also called Sarah. Behold, after the crucifixion of Yahshua and the martyrdom of my mother, Magdana, Miriam, pregnant with Yahshua's son, took me with her to Gaul, later called France. In Gaul, I was gifted the wine of old Eden and made privy to the above report of their wedding night. Lo, Miriam gifted me the enchanted fairy wine on the 7th anniversary of my mother's martyrdom. I swallowed the wine that night and felt the blood of old Eden in my veins. And that night, my mother, Magdana, spoke to me from El Cush, saying, "You are my beloved daughter. I am very proud of your service to the dove of Jaja." I kept the wine pouch until I felt called to gift it. I gifted the wine to Gahwenjahman, the son of Yahshua and Miriam, at the time that his mother Miriam was martyred. I told him Miriam's ascension to the arms of Yahshua is to be celebrated. So, all right, that's the end of chapter 43. Learning about the names of the stars and their positions in the heavens was one of those tools that we need. We need to know thyself. You need to know this. So it's all a part of the cosmology, knowledge itself. They'll tell you right now, November 28th, they will tell you that you are Sagittarius, but that's not what the program says up here, this stellarium. It says that the sun is in Scorpio. So I'm gonna leave it there. Guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned. I'm gonna be back with some more juicy nuggets. All right.